The sad man lives next door to me. He's always so sad to see. Dirty windows and the dirty light shines on my dirty days. The sad man is not satisfied. The world does not curtain his life. Oh, the sad man listens to him cry, longing for the other side. The sad man lives next door to me. He's always so sad to see. Dirty windows and the dirty light.
What'll it be, love?
Yeah, give me some whiskey. Tennessee.
Sure thing, dear.
Thank you.
Oh, oh, oh.
What you writing?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. What are you writing?
Yeah, sorry, just some poem I'm working on.
Read it to me.
Yeah, read it to you.
Yeah? Or... Oh, well, I suppose you'll want to know my name first.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So, you don't need to know my name or you don't want to know my name?
Both. Well, it's just more interesting if we don't know, you know?
Okay. It's okay. I've forgotten it anyway.
No, I'm not being mean. I just have this weird sort of...
Read it to me.
Do I have to? It's not really appropriate.
Yes, you have to, mister. It doesn't matter. And besides, how can a poem be inappropriate?
It's just that I don't know you, and this is rather personal. I don't want to...
I never knew Sylvia Plath.
How do you mean?
I never knew Sylvia Plath, but I have a book of her poems sitting right next to my bed. That's pretty personal. Read your poem to me. And yes, I am judging you. This is the most important reading you will ever get.
This is called... Well, it doesn't really have a name yet.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Never mind everything I've said thus far.
And forget everything you've imagined coming into being. Those things are meaningless. The only thing we value is this. This. Could it be by chance we came here for the same reasons, for each other, to end these binge and purge affairs? I see you looking up at random, to see me looking up at random. I am, you are, so curious. Who are you? Is that going too far? And what lyrics hide behind those lips I can imagine myself parting? Is that too much? I wish I could phase out of this body and float over and share her space for but one moment. She knows this, I can tell. I can read it in her eyes.
It's not really finished, and I'm working on some of the chords.
No, I like it. What you drinking?
Whiskey.
Not bad. How masculine of you. I'll have a scotch straight, please. I was hoping you'd read another. How about a synopsis?
It's kind of an anti-religious piece.
So, what's your take on the whole God thing?
Well, you don't seem religious. At least not horribly. So I'll tell you a theory. In most non-Christian relationships, the male will tend to be atheist and the female will tend towards some earthy pagan following. Am I right?
So, you suggested two things from your reply. One, that you're an atheist. Two, that this is a relationship.
I wasn't implying anything. I was merely stating an observation
That this is some type of relationship. You're right, though. I am one of those earthy pagan types. Nothing else really makes sense to me.
And your religion does.
I know parts of it don't make sense. I mean, that's the point. I can't justify existing in a completely logical world. I have to have something mysterious to remain interested. If I'm skeptical of everything, what's left to believe in?
Being a skeptic gives you mystery and choice. Religion takes that away from you.
Depends on what you take from religion. Don't you believe in fate, Mr. It Doesn't Matter?
No.
No? That's it? No theories, no counterpoints?
Fate is nothing more than a simple mixed drink. 2 parts coincidence, 1 part ignorance, sweet and sour to taste. Drink too much of it and you start believing everything you hear.
Then how do you explain the two of us talking right now?
I can't really answer that.
Indulge me.
Okay.
Miss, can I get a shot of tequila and a shot of bourbon, please?
You sure? You haven't even touched your scotch.
Yeah, we're philosophizing.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Just watch.
Okay. Let's say this middle glass is the world.
Thank you.
The energy. And these two, these are us. But in past lives, we've never met.
I live somewhere in Spain and you live in Louisiana.
Now, we are also energy. We are also part of the life force.
Energy is a constant. There is never more or less energy. And that's where death comes in.
Okay, so you die.
And you return to the life force.
Somewhere in Spain, a beautiful dancer falls at the end of one of the greatest performances.
And she also returns to the life force. So time goes by, and you decide to give it another shot. And so I decide my time has come again as well. And now we're both new entities with new thoughts and new ideas, but there's some of your past self in me, and now there's some of my past self in you. Some of the memories, some of the experience. And one faithful day, we walk past each other, and we gaze a moment too long in each other's eyes. And we find something. We discover a piece of ourselves in each other. Cheers.
Is this safe?
Hell if I know. It's called the Four Horsemen. So how do I taste?
Familiar and bitter. This conversation doesn't seem real. I mean, I don't even know your name.
That was your choice. You want another?
Sure.
Now, to premeditated spontaneity.
To reoccurring strangers.
Whew.
They should just cut to the chase and call this thing Armageddon.
No, if they called it Armageddon, honey, we couldn't have seconds now, could we?
I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and her name that sat on him was... Hell followed with her.
They actually charge people to look at his grave? I mean, that's creepy.
No, it's not. I mean, I could practically walk up to anybody on the street and say, Billy the Kid. And they know who I was talking about. I suppose it's worth $4.50 to go see the thing.
Do they sell t-shirts?
Maybe. Oh, shut up.
Well, why are you being so defensive?
Maybe I was Billy the Kid in a former life.
smell different than the last time I saw you.
I dry flowers and I store them in oil. Is it too strong?
No, it just reminds me of something.
What's that?
Someone I used to know.
Who?
You're a persistent one, aren't you?
I absolutely love pool. It's all math and happenstance. I'm a complete stranger. You may never see me again. If you're nervous telling me, how do you talk to people you do know?
That's just it. You smell like this girl I used to know. She was the first person I ever slept with. Her smell was just nice. Whenever I caught her scent, it was like I was coming home.
Welcome home.
That's not what I meant. I just find it odd. The resemblance is amazing.
So tell me about her.
Okay. She had black hair. It was short, and she was short, and she had these big green eyes, and she had this adorable baby doll voice. I could listen to her talk about anything and not care. And she was very shy. I remember trying to get her to talk to my mother, and she wouldn't. So we didn't last very long, but her scent never left me.
Is she the only person you've ever slept with?
No, she's not the only one, just the only one that mattered.
How many people have you slept with?
Like 4?
Is that the same number of people you've kissed?
Yes. Is that a big deal?
Perhaps.
Sex is such an odd thing. People are so uptight about it, you know. It's so raw, you know. It's one of the few aspects of humanity where man says, okay, stop. I've evolved all this way. I'm such an elite beast with all my weapons and conveniences. But for this one moment, I'm going to shed this transitory shell, and I'm going to roll around in a dirty mess with you. And after we share this sweating, grunting dance, I'm going to lose a piece of myself, and I'm going to give it to you. But in return, I'll be gaining a piece of you. It's beautiful.
I don't think I've ever thought about it like that before. That's uncanny. So, have you slept with the same amount of people you've kissed?
Oh, now a gentleman never asks a lady about her intimate life.
Now you're just being contrary.
And that's why I intrigue you.
So, I thought about you the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Did you know they have a park off of 54 and 60 dedicated to Billy the Kid?
Yeah, isn't it great?
Maybe. Don't you think it's a little creepy, though?
Not really. I think it's an opportunity. I hope one day people will feel the need to post signs all over the highway leading pilgrims to my point of slumber. It's rather sweet. Okay, let's say Mr. the Kid is reborn, and you've got all these memories of killing sprees and gunfights and stealing.
And you see one of these signs pointing you in the direction of Billy the Kid's gravesite. Well, you're strangely drawn to it, so
You follow these signs down to Fort Sumter, and you see the final words for your past self.
So now, instead of seeing yourself as a killer, you see yourself as some sort of cowboy Robin Hood type.
That's all very interesting, but I still don't really buy into all that reincarnation thinking.
You are a skeptic.
Yes, I am, and it's not that I'm ignoring what you say. At some point, I realized that all religions are basically a way of dealing with very real problems, be it by putting blame or fear into people in an imaginary and thus easier to deal with way. And in knowing this, one can take a religious principle, take it apart and see why it was adopted, and still find value or meaning in what was said, even if that person doesn't believe in the religion in and of itself.
Kind of like stories. Don't you write stories?
I look at intentions.
Okay. So what nugget do you find in this pan?
Depth of field is a shifty thing. some things have to be blurred to bring others into focus.
Take a picture of me.
Okay.
I want to see what gets blurred in your depth of field. Do you know how to use one of these? Okay.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes. So how did it turn out?
I think I may have done you justice.
Hey, no! I said one. I wasn't ready for that one.
Exactly.
Such an artist. Okay, well, I'm off.
Sure, miss. I don't remember.
Baby blue, I'll drive you anywhere you want to go. Just keep that smile for a while. Baby blue, there is a light that shines from
I don't have one.
Well, I'm afraid you'll just have to.
I'll pay for her passage, sir.
light so special.
Whatever.
Sometimes I wish I could slow you down so I could still kiss or
Let's just call it even for all the random things I must have done for you in past lives.
I suppose.
So you believe me?
Not completely, but you are the exception.
The exception to what?
To me, I guess. You are the one thing that doesn't make sense. You are the exception to all the things I've grown to believe. That lady intrigues me.
I know. You've been looking for me.
Have I now? That's possible. What brings you to the bus today?
I live downtown. The usual driver lets me stow away. I don't know this guy though.
I love buses. It's a great environment to write from. Just writing and looking at interesting people. Present company most definitely included.
I bet. So, how's it going, the writing?
I keep going in circles.
How so?
It's like I'm trying to capture something, but I seem to be having trouble filling in the blanks.
I say leave the blank spaces. Our interpretations are usually defined by how we fill in that blank space. You're a storyteller. Sometimes the point of storytelling is to just hint at what is not told.
Guess so.
I got those pictures developed.
Really?
Yes, they're beautiful.
So they turned out okay?
See for yourself. So they're both completely out of focus, except for in the first one, my eyes, and in the second one, my hand shooing you away.
Oh.
I think you really captured my essence. So this is my stop.
Well, I guess I'll see you around, okay?
I'm sure you will.
and I really just don't know what to do. You got me falling like a cannonball. I'm so scared, baby, but it feels so good. And all I wanna do is get next to you.
So, you know what you're doing.
Of course.
You're sure.
This container of cream is you. And the sugar is me. Now, when we die, we'll both return to the great coffee mug in the sky, like this.
Need some help.
taste it. See? There are traces of me and traces of you. You see, everything is connected. Everything is a part of the whole.
Crayon-colored skies, watercolor days. Yesterday's green and gold, it's finally started to fade. Yellows and blues attach themselves to you. Pastel comforts in a gray world, born to start anew. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome home.
The sun will seek you out each morning that you rise. I know, 'cause even through a cloudy day, the sun still shines in your eyes. Some things need no explanation. Some things are just that way. And you, my dear, have no explanation. No, you are just that